Let's play! Whoa! Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. You all may call me Pharaoh, and welcome back to Let's Play the Somnium Files, Nirvana Initiative. Last time we left off, we took a look at the absolute dismal scene of Komeji being apparently killed by terror at the Vita studio, and trying to talk to everybody. You know, Shoma ran away, and then he somehow disappeared from the number 2 Ferris wheel cart. And now we have a couple objectives. We know that Amame seems to be somehow involved with what happened that day, because it could be that Terror was threatening her. And, like, don't tell them I'm still here, blah, 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 blah. So we gotta look for Amame. We need to check in with Shoma. Hopefully he's being at his house. And also, we took a look at ourselves, and it appears that we have some form of cognitive dysfunction disorder, and also like a short-term memory disorder as well. So, we have a lot of things playing against us, but we have things we need to do. Before we actually go to any other place, let's do this really quick again. What weather do you like? I like a rainy day. That's how is that brave? Ah, oh, damn it all. It's fine. Now, and then with Mama's help here, she told us that, oh, maybe visit the Nice Japan branch with her seance, and it's like, okay, maybe we'll find more information regarding Amame there. So, let's head out over there and hope for the best, because I just have a bad feeling that if Amame really is being threatened by terror, that she could be the next victim. We'll see. Oh, actually, well, I guess it makes sense the police are here doing what they need to do. Oh, and there's that weird detective again.
It was 2 days ago that Tokiko's body was found here. The investigation is still ongoing.
So, what are you planning on doing here? Mame wouldn't be here.
I didn't come here expecting to find Mame.
You should go to the Nice Japan branch. You should gain some valuable information there.
What valuable information could be here?
I don't know, but let's look around.
I mean, that's the thing. We're never gonna know until we look around and find out ourselves. So, and of course, we'll be talking to these people as well, but I'll save talking to them for later. Now, we do know there's a hidden thing down here, over here. We're not going to bring it up. Because I guess I really can't, considering all these guys are here. We really can't do too much. I'd imagine so anyway. We know, like, there was, like, that symbol underneath the desk as well. Kind of helped us solve the riddle. That would have been nice if we could take a look at Tokiko's laptop, but something tells me that she wouldn't leave Nai's information on that thing, you know? Actually, investigating any of these really isn't helping out much at all. I would have figured something would have shown up by now. I just love the idea that they have holographic boundary lines. No more yellow police tape, it's just all, you know, holographic in the future. Which, yeah, maybe it will. Wouldn't that be interesting to see? The waterfall, which has the secret elevator down to the cathedral. But, crap, yeah, I guess there's really nothing else. Let's just see what the people have to say, if I can choose them. Is this our good old buddy Kagami? I think it is. But it keeps saying an inspector, an inspector, an inspector.
The body is long gone from the autopsy. It really is a shame. She was killed right before her birthday. Tokiko's birthday is February 15th. There was a huge party planned for her here. It really is such a shame.
Wait, if her birthday's tomorrow, I wonder if it has anything to do with that Nirvana X video that we saw as well.
Do you know this girl? Her name is Amame Doi.
Oh, I know her. She's a mermaid at Sunfish Pocket.
That's true, but how do you know that?
Oh, well, I've been there a few times. I wanted to investigate the day-to-day lives of young women.
As an inspector?
I need to know what's in. It's an important part of being an inspector.
That's a tough sell.
Do you know where she is now?
No, I wouldn't know. I can tell you that she isn't working right now, though. I heard from another girl that she hasn't been feeling well recently.
Right. It's unlikely that she'd be at Sunfish Pocket. Mame saw Terror at the studio. And right after that, she saw Komeji's body. It's unlikely she'd be at work with all that going on.
I was about to talk about this whole thing about, like, what skill does he have to show that image of a Mame? The image of a Mame that appeared on Riki's hand, that was a hologram shot out of my left eye, my main body. How cool am I, huh? Now, I was about to say, I'm like, okay, I know, like, there's a lot of futuristic stuff happening in this game, a lot of, like, sci-fi, whatever. I was like, what device does he have to allow just a holographic image to appear on his hand like that? It was Tama. That makes a lot more sense. And because we have to.
So that's how it's gonna be. Well, I suppose it's not that bad. Is this getting a little too scripted? If it's what the people want. Anyway, my name is...
Kagami!
That's my line! Huh? Did you forget already? Fine. My name is Kagami. Ka. K-A. Ga. G-A. Me. M-I.
I already know his name, but I don't think I need to ask again. But we will anyway. I'm pretty sure I know his name. I probably don't need to ask. But we will anyway. His name is... what was it again?
Very well. Mr. Ryuki, you can give me a nickname. That way, you won't forget.
A nickname, huh? Something easy to remember would be good, right?
Exactly.
How about Kagami? That's an easy nickname to remember.
Why me?
That's satisfying. Now, the thing is, I love how they kind of had it on the nose there, like, is this getting a little too scripted? It's what the people want. It is kind of what we want. It's something just to alleviate the distress that this game can give. But, yeah. Okay. Nice to see you again. Oh, God, I forgot his name already. It's fine. I'll think about it later.
It's all right now, because I am here! Half-Mites, Northern Mariana Islands, smash!
There isn't anything here. Mame.
It's this girl.
Don't recognize her.
Okay. I guess that was that. Now, I do know they have a couple wink syncs as well, but I'm gonna... Maybe a wink sync to detective. That might be a little bit more beneficial. So, I was gonna say something I completely forgot, too, what I wanted to mention. Oh, well. Let's see. Any new clues?
It's not a lead or anything, but it is interesting.
What is?
It's gonna take some time to prepare. I'll let you know when I'm ready. You talking about the underground cathedral? It's off limits right now. There's concerns that it might collapse.
So you don't know about the box?
The box?
There was a box there with a strange-looking device. Tama, can you show the image?
Sorry, I don't have it.
What?
Ryuki, when you went to the cathedral, you fell off the bridge, remember? The impact caused me to lose some of my memory. I was only able to recover up to finding Tokiko's body in the president's office.
No backups?
Because it was so deep underground, there was no signal down there.
Come to think of it, there were some network problems.
Exactly. So I couldn't upload the data to the cloud.
Damn.
Which I find all way too damn convenient, but...
Ryuki,
oh, well.
I'm ready. That's what I mentioned to you earlier.
Oh, please go ahead.
Look at that pond over there.
Is that?
It's Tokiko's hologram. Her laptop was in the desk. There was a program running. This. I think it's some software aimed at these cultists. Needless to say, it's just an image, so she can't really interact with you. But she does talk. Lectures even. If you give her a topic, she'll give some pre-recorded response. You can choose from 4. Moksha, gain. Form is emptiness, and the allegory of the cave. There's other data in there too somewhere, but it'll take time to get at.
So I was kind of right with the information about the laptop. I guess I'm just surprised that she would keep that on her personal laptop, but there you go. And before we actually talk to the holographic Tokiko, let's ask about Mame.
Who?
This girl.
No, I don't know where she is.
I see.
Okay, just figured we'd try. And I know we have a couple more winks, but let me just do this first. It's her hologram. So, out of the 4, let's pick Moksha first.
Moksha, or enlightenment. One is only truly free when free from all desires. But this state of mind is not something that can be easily defined or described in words. It is implicit knowledge. It is not something you can understand without experiencing it for yourself. Imagine, for example, someone who has never seen the color red. It is impossible to explain to that person what the color red is. You can't truly understand the redness of the color red until you experience it. Moksha is similar in this way. So how can you reach moksha? Among Hindu followers are those known as the sadhu. They follow a strict spiritual path of penance in an attempt to reach moksha. For example, one may stand on just one leg for decades, or try to roll across the entire Indo-Chinese continent. One may live on a bed of nails. Another might strike his head upon a pillar thousands of times. Among Buddhists, there are the ascetics. They perform a 1,000-day circumambulation, walking 30 miles a day around steep mountains. And they chant the mantras without pausing to eat, drink, or even sleep for 9 whole days. It is said that the founder of Zen Buddhism, the monk Bodhidharma, sat cross-legged facing a wall without rest for 9 years straight. But how do all these things achieve moksha? Is it because pain and penance cause your desires and thoughts to dull and disappear? That may be part of it. Or is it perhaps the state of nothingness that comes over you upon achieving these feats? One may come to the conclusion that desires themselves are illusory. Knives has a slightly different interpretation. Do you know how a debugger finds bugs in games? They try to run into walls over and over and over again. They go to places that normal players won't go, or leave the game on for days. They do things that normal players don't do. Unpredictable actions that the programmers failed to anticipate. That is how bugs that weren't even considered in the planning stages are found. Does this remind you of anything? Hitting your head on a pillar 1,000 times. Sitting toward a wall for 9 years. What if these actions were not anticipated by the creator? What if these actions uncovered bugs in the real world? What if they revealed the seams? In other words, these practitioners of the extraordinary are trying to find the seams. Find them and achieve enlightenment. Learn the secret of this world. The truth. And so we believe that moksha is this journey.
So, I mean, you'd have to think that people actually do follow this set of rules. Oh, hold on a minute. Bodhidharma meditated in the direction of the wall for 9 years. There have been idioms created about this. Since he was in the same position for so long, his limbs rotted off. Jeez. Which is why the Daruma dolls sold in stores look the way that they look. That is definitely a trivia. I had no idea that was the case. is, you know, funny enough, like what she was talking about, like, oh, finding bugs and all that, it honestly reminds me of work a little bit. I don't really do like coding like that, but there are configurations that we make, and we have to build unit cases, or like, you know, test cases, so that we have to, like, we're expecting a particular result by performing an action, but we have like a bunch that we need to do, because, you know, you can't always anticipate what every user is going to do, and God knows I've seen it firsthand many times. But it's like, I didn't even know they can do something like that. But yeah, it just kind of reminded me of work. So and honestly, a little bit like what these individuals do for penance, maybe, or just to achieve enlightenment. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of some of the storylines in Blasphemous, if you guys have played that game. I really got into it like a few months back, and it's an awesome game if you guys like Metroidvanias, and the art style, like the themes, it's like, whoa, okay. Kind of remind me of it.
This world is a simulation. Thus, its creator must have created with intention. This intention we can never know for certain, but we can surmise and we can estimate. Imagine you attempt an action, but that action is prevented by something incomprehensible to you. It is reasonable to assume that action was something not considered by the creator. Contrarily, if you attempt an action and feel yourself compelled by some otherworldly force, it is probably something the creator did expect. Like rats, trapped in a maze. Go in the wrong direction and receive a shock. Go in the right direction and receive a prize. Considering this, perhaps this simulation is actually a game. A game about escaping this inscrutable maze. Can you win this game? The creator probably wants you to.
That definitely is intriguing. I guess that's what kind of gets you, you know, like when we think about, you know, the aspect of life after death. You know, we all have our faiths, we all have our beliefs, and you just never know. Like, even if you hold on to these beliefs and faiths strongly, I think there's also like that analytical part of your brain, or a logical part of your brain, where it's like, but I must know 100%, you know, but sadly it's not how things work.
Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. So reads the doctrines in Buddhist scriptures. Emptiness is not separate from form. Form is not separate from emptiness. Whatever is form is emptiness. Whatever is emptiness is form. Emptiness is sometimes translated as void or nothingness. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. Everything in this world is false. False is this world to the core. Shotok Taishi, who spread Buddhism in Japan, said something similar. All is false. Buddha is truth. The first part of the quote is self-explanatory. The latter requires context. Buddha, in this instance, is being used as a substitute for the general concept of enlightenment, Bodhi, Satori. Thus, the quote can be interpreted to mean, the sole truth of this world is enlightenment. Everything else is a falsehood. I will give another example. The butterfly dream, a famous legend told by Chuang-Tzu, one of the founders of Taoism. One day, Chuang-Tzu was a butterfly in a dream. He awoke from his dream with a question. Was his being a butterfly a dream? Or is this world he awoke in a dream? Many notable people in history have had similar thoughts. These same questions have been passed down for thousands of years. Why is that? Could there be a truth hidden in all this?
I'm telling you guys, like, you think about these things too much, and I don't know, at least for me, it kind of, I hate saying it worries me or scares me, but it all comes back down to, like, just what happens after, you know? And But I also believe that by focusing too much on that, we can't truly enjoy what our lives are now, what they consist of. Even, like, let's just say 100%, like, we know that, okay, everything's fake, it's all simulation. And, you know, when we pass on, it's like the Matrix. We wake up in the real world or something. I don't know. Actually, I don't think that's even the case in Matrix. But regardless, you know, whatever it may be, you know, we're just simply never going to know. So it's almost like, why not take advantage and enjoy what we have here, you know? Because at least here, I guess we kind of do know what's what. You know, even if it all ends up being fake, it's like, well, it feels real to us.
The allegory of the cave is a story first told by Plato, the ancient Greek philosopher. There are prisoners imprisoned in a dark cave. These prisoners have never witnessed the outside world. All they can see are shadows projected on the walls in front of them. Merely the shadows of grass and trees, flocks of birds. Even families of deer would be shown from time to time. But the prisoners who have never seen the outside world believe these shadows to be the truth. Reality they do not doubt or question. One day, one of the prisoners unchains themselves and escapes the cave. They see real grass, real trees, real flocks of birds, and real deer. At that time, they saw the world as it truly is. Overwhelmed with emotion, they head back to the cave to tell the other prisoners of their discovery.
Everything we've seen until now have been shadows, false images. The outside world is completely different.
None of the other prisoners believe the escapee. Have they gone insane? They laugh. Do you understand this allegory? The escapee was enlightened with the truth and reached moksha. So what about you? Do you plan to live your days chained in a cave, scraping by a living in a world of falsehood and fraud? Or do you plan to join us? The decision needs to be made. Please demonstrate your determination.
Now, hold on a minute. What exactly does that mean to demonstrate your determination, whatever she said? Like, perform an action that's drastic enough to say, like, oh, wait, this isn't real, or was there something they were told to do? No idea. What direction do I like? What the hell is that even supposed to mean? I picked... How is right... Well, okay, well, you really, really don't care. Well... And I am... Mizuki again, which I think is good. Let me double check that. Yeah, so if I stick with impish or crazy, I should be able to get the other one, unless I'm going to get a whole nother repeat and get Date again. Oh, man. This definitely has been something, for sure, but let's just say that's enough for now. Actually, what did she say? Demonstrate your determination. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that means.
Well, that sure was something. Didn't help much, though.
Not necessarily. This information might come in handy later.
Heh, if you say so.
Anyway, there was no information on the Mame. Let's go somewhere else.
Here's hoping the information does prove useful. Hopefully God I can remember it. And before we leave, we'll just use a wing sync on a good old... Oh, you know what? I kind of want to use it on Kagame. I highly doubt it matters, but here we go.
This has become a difficult situation. There are many factors to consider, taking into account probability and all. Oh, what dating app should I use?
I knew it. I was like, there has to be something funny. It can't be serious. There's no way Kagame can be serious about all this. And sure enough, he just needs help to choose between God knows the countless number of apps out there. Alright. Well, I guess next we'll go to the... We're going to the Kumakura office. I guess... Sorry, guys, I was reaching for something. I'm guessing maybe they could possibly help if they saw a Mame, but do any of them really go to Sunfish Pocket either? I don't know. Oh! Chinpei, right? Mame's his girlfriend, I thought.
Hey, Ryuki, what's up?
I wanted to ask you something.
Yeah, but Chinpei is not here, unfortunately, so there goes that idea. Is this the tiger rug gonna talk to us again?
Hey, look! I'm a flying squirrel!
Did you hear something?
Nope, nothing.
Maybe maybe it all goes back down to his cognitive whatever, but, or maybe it's just the game messing with us. Flying squirrel, huh? Okay.
It's my dream to do it on a sofa.
Why would you even say that out loud?
That's your dream? I mean, there's many other exciting places to do it. On a sofa, I mean, if it's... I would call that kind of vanilla. Once again, I'm not shaming anybody, but, you know, I hope it's a comfy sofa, at least. Those who only eat the crackers and cracker and peanut mix should be executed. Wow, that's a hell of a statement regarding this Yakuza, but okay. 25th, go see dolphins at the aquarium. Alright, that seems kind of cool. Although, I hope it's a good aquarium, too. I mean, unfortunately, like, that's why I always get a little bit iffy about going to aquariums or zoos or anything like that. It's like, man, I kind of wish these animals were just kind of out in their own environments. Regardless of how clean or, you know, perhaps, you know, accommodating these places are, I don't know, just the idea of them. Although I guess I can understand zoos and aquariums operate if they have animals that truly cannot survive in nature for one reason or another, then I guess, you know, they are helping them. Doesn't really seem to be anything else important here. I just love the idea of them having desks. Like, it's like they're like the Yakuza members just doing paperwork and God knows what. That's all I'm imagining. Oh, we gotta find that mouse.
Squeak, squeak.
I wasn't expecting you to do it, but okay. Now, see, if I was a developer in this game, I would definitely be having that as a trophy or an achievement.
You want me to hack it, right? I tried, but the security is too strong. But if you give me about 2-3 minutes, I'll be all good.
I didn't ask.
I mean, if it'll be beneficial, I would be asking, but...
Hey, Ryuki, see those lanterns?
You're not gonna do one of your stupid sex jokes again, are you?
Really? You see them?
Please don't make me participate in this.
Do you see them, Ryuki?
Yes.
What are they?
Lanterns.
Lantern these nuts?
I love you, Tama, so much. I gotta hear that one more time.
Lantern these nuts?
Why? Why? That's an old joke, like, by the way, as well, but just... it's just... At least for me, I can't help but laugh regarding it. Oh my god. But see, that's why I look around these places, because I don't want to miss something funny, even as minuscule as it can be. I want to make sure I grabbed everything, or I saw everything, which I think I have, so let's go ahead and talk to Moma now.
Not bad. Tonight, Tessa is gonna have a Valentine's Day stream. Oh, thinking about it makes my heart dance. Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm actually surprised that she's still gonna hold a stream after what they saw. I know there's the idea you want to get back to, normalcy and whatnot, but I'd imagine it'd take more time.
Why are you even asking me?
Yakuza have connections all throughout the underworld, so I thought you might know something. Anything would help. Rumors, anything.
Rumors, huh? So our parent group, the Ujisaki, there's this higher up that's connected to Knives. I did hear something from him. The president of Knives Japan, Tokiko Shigure. She was in a relationship with the head of Horodori Institute.
What?
Of course, this isn't recent. We're talking decades ago. Back then, Tokiko wasn't even the boss. She was just some grunt at Knives. But Chikara, on the other hand, was pretty high up the ladder at Knives. Used his newfound power to get with Tokiko. Back when she was in her 20s, I heard she was a hottie. But like I said, she was young and naive. Chikara basically tricked her. He was married at the time. Even had kids. Tokiko was his mistress. Real secret relationship type shit.
I would not have assumed that whatsoever. Okay. Now, I was trying to make sure this trivia doesn't go away because I want to read it. The Ujisaki family is a diabolical criminal group. Basically, they earn their income through illegal activities in the underworld, but they also seem to be receiving requests for work from secret societies. It seems they have connections with the Freemasons. Freemasons, a fraternal society said that had been created in the late 16th or early 17th century. They have members all over the world. They call each other brother, and they operate from the Grand Lodge, their headquarters. The symbol of the fraternity is a builder's square and a compass. The tools of masonry. Oh, and one more thing, the Eye of Providence is also famous. It's a triangle with the shape of an eye in it. That design is also considered one of the symbols of Freemasonry. By the way, there's also a story that the Boy Scouts of America was also created by Freemasons. The Boy Scouts of America is ostensibly an organization that seeks to improve the character of its members to make good people even better, and actually I don't know. See, things like that too. I don't mean to sound like a conspiracy theorist or anything, like super out there. But sometimes it seems like there has to be some form of super secret organization out there. You're talking about the whole world. You're talking about billions of people living here. There has to be some type of society out there, right? And they do something out of the ordinary, not like what they just claim that they do. That's what I like to believe. Anyway, let's learn more about Tokiko and Chikara. I'm very surprised about this.
Yeah, that's all I know about that. But I do have some more dirt on Chikara. This was also decades ago, but Chikara went to child service agencies all over Japan and got something from them.
What?
DNA samples. He said it's for DNA treatment or something, but I don't buy it. My guess is he was doing something shady. Horodori Institute was real sketchy back then.
So that one I'm not surprised about whatsoever. And maybe this ties back with that missing child scenario that happened at that orphanage. Oh my god, I forgot the name of it. Like Aomoi, AMI, whatever. I don't think that's correct. But the one Kizuna's father owns or operates and is a super rich billionaire type of guy. I'm assuming it's all connected somehow.
You're talking about Amame Doi? Tessa's friend?
So you know her?
Of course. I know everything about Tessa. So what about Mame?
She might have some valuable information about the case. I'm trying to find her. Do you happen to know where she is?
Sorry, I got no idea.
I see. Tokiko and Chikara in an illegitimate relationship.
And Chikara getting kids' DNA. Let's figure it out later.
We still need to find Mame.
We're getting there, Ryuki. I mean, it's good that we have this information, though. I mean, I'm sure it's going to tie in all together somehow, but we'll see. And because we're here, let's wing sync.
Oh shit, a shooting star. I want chocolate from Tessa. I want chocolate from Tessa. I want chocolate. Damn it, I couldn't say a third one in time.
Oh, Moma, I don't know what to do with you, so we're just gonna leave. And we're going to Yoyagi Park. Huh. It's possible that maybe Lien could be over here. Or maybe Amame as well. I wonder where Chimpei's at. I was hoping he would be there at the Kumakura office. That might have helped. Wait, did we know for a fact that like it was Chimpei and Amame were together?
Doesn't look like Amame is here.
Or was I just assuming that? Crap, I can't even remember now.
But wait, Lien is.
Lien is obsessed with Kizuna, and Kizuna is Amame's friend.
Yeah, he might know where Mame is.
Let's ask.
Thank you, transitive property.
Oh, you again. What's up?
Do you know a girl named Amame Doi?
Oh, Kizzy's friend. Of course I know her.
Do you know where she is?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
I saw her earlier.
Where?
I don't know. Give me 100,000 yen and I'll think about it.
You can't be serious.
I'm low on cash. Come on, Ryuki.
Fine. We'll do this. Lien, do you have a 500 yen coin?
Yeah, I do.
I'm going to look away, and you put it in one of your hands. If I can guess which hand it's in, tell me for free.
And if you're wrong?
I'll pay you.
All right, sounds good to me. Let's do this. Don't peek.
Ah, thank God we have Tama, right?
Okay, I'm ready. Guess, which hand is it in?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I was gonna say, I'm like, do I really need to, guess? No. Thank God for the x-ray. You can see Lien's bone structure. Scan both his hands and... yeah, it's... Now, hold on a minute. I just want to make sure I don't get this wrong. It's in his left hand. You know, but what kind of gets me is, like... it's his left hand, but we have to choose... we have to pick the right option. Well, actually, never mind. It's his left hand.
Left hand, huh? Are you sure? You can change it if you want to.
Oh my God! Now I'm getting more worried. No, it's his left hand still.
Darn it!
See?
How did you know?
Superpowers.
Ugh! Damn.
Frankly, I should have been curious enough to choose the wrong hand.
Fine. I did make a promise. I saw Mame at ION.
ION.
That's the child services facility run by Riichi Chieda, Kizuna's father.
It's Valentine's Day today, right? We promised to meet up tonight. But I couldn't wait any longer. I want to see Kizzy right now! I don't need to talk to her. Seeing her from afar is enough. So that's why I went to ION.
It's kind of like wanting to watch porn before going to happy ending places.
I don't think this is anything like that.
Mame was there. Mame, Kizzy, and Iris were talking. They had real serious looks on their faces. I couldn't barge into their conversation, so I left without saying anything.
They were discussing something serious then.
Okay, well, we got that information. Just Tama's little, example there. It's like, oh yeah, sure, okay. Those three saw Komenji's body at Studio Davida. Or Davida. Maybe they were talking about that.
Why are you even looking for Mame?
Well, you see...
Wait. Is Mame a suspect in the HB case?
What?
No, that definitely couldn't be it.
And what the hell is it even to you? I mean, You're not involved, are you? But, okay. Let's take a look around here first. I still don't understand this whole purpose of the stone monument. It just reminds me of freaking that movie I never saw but keep hearing about, the 2001 Space Odyssey. I can't let you do that. Street lights, bunch of trees, a path. Oh, what is that? Guidepost. Yeah, it's been a while since I went to like a nice park. And again, it's kind of chilly now, so maybe next spring, next summer, we'll see what's what. What a bench. Although it is also kind of a little sad too, because I feel like a lot of parks are just not being kept up with anymore.
I wish that were me. No, I need to learn restraint.
Good decision.
I mean, do you want to? Never mind. I'm just not even gonna go there. But yeah, unfortunately, it seems like a lot of parks that I keep hearing about, especially like when you look at like local articles or even on the news for everywhere. Like it seems like just they're not being kept up with anymore, and it sucks. Same thing with like beaches and whatever. Like I don't know why people can't. I don't know. Respect nature, respect the environment, period. But it's just unfortunate, really. It's not being used. I don't think there's anything else. I'm glad I looked at the fountain though, because that was a little funny. But I guess yeah. Why do you think Mom is a suspect?
Oh, actually, 4 days ago, on the 10th of February, I saw Mommy then, too, in front of Horodori Institute. She didn't notice me, though. Anyway, Mommy headed into Horodori Institute by herself. What business does she have at that research facility? That's what I was thinking to myself. I saw another person follow her in right after. It was Tokiko. Tokiko Shigure, president of NICE Japan. I know what you're thinking. Why would you think she's suspect just because of that, right? Well, you're right. I don't even know if Mame and Tokiko saw each other in there anyway. Not to mention Tokiko was killed 2 days ago, on the night of the 12th. So maybe it's got nothing to do with it. Nah, it probably doesn't. Just coincidence. But for whatever reason, it caught my attention.
That's still a little weird, though, isn't it? I don't think ever before we really got the idea that Mame, especially Mame, was anyway involved in the Horodori Institute. Huh. Okay, then.
A date? I guess it was a date.
Because it was Valentine's Day.
Yeah? Why do you ask?
Nothing. Just...
Kizuna saw Komeji's body at the studio, and then went on a date with Lien? Maybe she had an ulterior motive. And see, that's another thing, too. It just seems like... It's kind of like I was talking about earlier, like, you know, eventually you want to get back to normalcy, you want to get back to the everyday life, whatever. But it seems way too damn soon to be doing things like that after seeing something so tragic, so disparaging. I don't know.
Oh, this? It's Alfred. Non-alcoholic beer. I really love this drink.
Did you buy that?
Of course I did. Okay, maybe it's true that I did steal a lot before. I know it's nothing to brag about, but they did call me the master of unlocking. But that's all in the past.
Did you always steal by yourself?
It depended on what needed stealing. Sometimes I went alone, sometimes in pairs. If it was a big target, like some mansion in the boonies, I'd go with a team of 5 or 6 guys. The leader of the group was a Kumakura. You know them, right? That's how I met Moma, the chairman of the Kumakuras. I was usually partnered with Quartz. They were kinda like a bodyguard. Helped me out whenever I got in a sticky situation. Why am I even telling you all this? I think I've said too much. Please forget it. It's all in the past. Like I said. Alright, I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna see Kizzy tonight. I need to head to the beauty salon first.
Beauty salon?
Anyway, adios!
Why was Mame at Horodori Institute?
4 days ago.
It's interesting that Tokiko was behind her as well. Horodori Institute. I remember.
The goal was to get inside the hidden room inside Horodori Institute.
We totally put that on hold. We need to go search that hidden room. But going now would be pointless. If it's a hidden room, it's gotta be a secret and locked up tight. They're not just gonna let us in there.
Anyway, we should focus on the task at hand. Find Amame.
Yeah. Leon said he saw her at Iowan.
You know, I'm gonna be honest, I completely forgot about that hidden room situation in the Horodori Institute. We never got a chance to take a look because I think last time we were there, that's when Komeiji had the gun and we stopped him. That's why we had a Somnium. So we haven't been back since. But before we go to Iowan, let's take a look at our little eyeball thing again. What manja topping do you like? I don't know what I chose before. We'll do pepper, you know. That was crazy. Good. That's good. Oh my god, it's all 6s. Okay. Yeah, so I guess we'll be going to Iowan now? Yep. Iowan Garden. Okay. I mean, this seems like, according to Lien, if we were going to trust the man, apparently they were all here, so it seems like the best lead we have so far. Now, if any of them are actually here right now, that's a whole other story, but we'll see. Tom and I headed to Iowan to find Mame. She was nowhere to be seen. Neither was Kizuna or Iris, who were supposedly with her. I asked a worker if they saw the 3 girls. They answered, I saw them here before, but that was a while ago.
Well, we tried. Let's go.
No, wait. That person over there.
That's...
Excuse me!
Nice to see you again.
It is odd that they're just here. I'd imagine it'd be freaking the hell out of the kids, but okay. It certainly helps with my theory of who the masked woman is, but
Ryuki, that thing is criminally perverted. You need to arrest Riichi right away!
Why?
A spring playset. It swings back and forth on a spring. What the hell were you thinking about, Tama? Oh. Playground steps. Is it? Looks a bunch of tree trunks. Is that what it is? Okay. But like, with Tama being so perverted, it's like, you're not real, so why the hell are you so damn horny? I don't know if I want to know that answer, but still.
It's like a seesaw of eroticism.
A what?
I don't know what this goes hand in hand with what I was just talking about. I just don't know what the hell's up with.
Jungle Gym. Jungle Gym.
What are you talking about?
She is probably like the fountain right now. Oh, but see, wait a minute. She's in his eye. Does that mean... Never mind. I just don't want to think about it.
A swing set! What's with this place? It's filled with lewd objects.
I think you're the only one who thinks that.
Yeah, it kind of worries me that that's lewd things are what you think about when you come to a freaking orphanage. Seriously, nothing about the slide or the clock? You're not going to make any snide remarks about that?
Wow, it's so big.
Tama, out of curiosity, was it Pewter who programmed your personality?
Nope.
Then who programmed you?
I don't know, but they were definitely an aerogrammer.
You know what? Ryuji brings up a Ryuki. Why do I keep saying Ryuji? What the hell? Ryuki brought up a really good point there. Like, she can't just think like that off the bat, right? She must have been predestined to think like this and be perverted. So, can we figure out who the hell her original designer was? Because the man needs help.
Sand, beaches, swimsuits. So perverted.
You're reaching a bit, no?
She is, but that's why we love her, right? Dormitories, nothing else here. We got the flower bed.
Do you know what pansies mean in the language of flowers? They usually mean, think of me, my dearest.
Okay, and?
Forget it.
She's so mad, too. God, just what the hell's up with her? Okay, I think that's it in terms of investigating. Now, if you remember, we have that glass slipper thing that Lien promised with Kizuna. It's buried under, I think, this tree. And they're like, oh, we still love each other 6 years from now. Boom, yeah, we'll get together, married. I don't know. We'll see how that plans out. It's a woman wearing a mask. I sense some hostility. Yeah, I do too. Now, I'm kind of pissed I missed the wink sync with freaking, what's his name? Lien. So I'm going to go ahead and just wink sync right now.
I need to hurry. If I don't...
Oh, that seemed very important, but, okay then.
Breath. Rats don't wear shoes.
But you're not a rat.
Squeak, squeak.
Are you really a rat?
Or, go again?
I forgot to put mothballs in the dresser. The body is the opposite.
What?
Where is it? Where is the main event taking place?
Main event?
There she goes.
What was she talking about?
Maybe a Halloween event or something?
Wrong season for that.
Maybe she was talking about that one thing.
What?
Don't make me say it. You know what I mean, don't you?
I absolutely don't, which I find stupid that you don't, but hold on really quick. I find it funny that they're talking about Halloween because it actually is the season for that. It's literally coming up in a few weeks at the time of this recording, obviously. You know, I'm assuming the time this gets uploaded. I never really was huge on Halloween, but I do like the time of year, like fall and winter, especially fall. It's just, to me, it's cozy. So, Halloween is all about costumes. Speaking of costumes, makes me think about monsters, which makes me think about unidentified animals, UMA. I think my favorite UMA is a chupacabra found in Puerto Rico. Really? Okay, I didn't know it was like a Puerto Rican thing. It has big fangs in its mouth, and it sucks the blood of humans and livestock. It can jump over 15 feet. I don't remember the specific height, but it seems to be relatively small in comparison to other monsters. Okay, then.
There's no point in paying further attention to her. We should head to...
a different spot.
Oh, and by the way, yeah, absolutely. She had to be talking about... Oh my god, now I forgot the hell I was thinking about. I'm assuming coordinates that were in the Nirvana X video. We know that, yeah, apparently it's going to take place sometime... No, not sometime tomorrow. Tomorrow at 12. So, we just don't know where. Now, there was that folder. There was that lettering, which... What the hell is it again? Like CCFGGD AEIGAHE. Now, what could... You know what I just thought about? Maybe it's... Oh, crap. What is the name of it where you scramble the words? I was going to say anagram. That's not it. But, I think we all know what we're talking about here. But maybe that's what it is. Maybe we got to unscramble it. But, unfortunately, I can't really think of anything at the moment what it could be. But that's the only thing I can think of. Either way, we're getting close to an hour. I'm afraid if we just go to... I think we have 2 more places to go to. I'm just worried we're going to go really over, so I may just go ahead and call it for the time being. But before I do so, let's take a look at the file. See what we got here. Just something quick in the appendix, I guess. Good old Kagame. There's a wonderful technology called the Internet. Please use this to search for more. Wow. And you know what is also interesting, I think I've mentioned it before, but the whole thing of Kagami, there's under the flowchart, it tells you, it gives it like his name, like or does it say? Hold on, I just had it go down. It's like Kagami. So it makes me wonder, wouldn't that be insane if the flowchart itself had, like, the imagery on it had important information to it, right? Like we see Tama standing there. We see half of Aiba apparently just sitting there. The Nai symbols and the Nopal whatever symbol, and then the Adder Rabbit. Or maybe it really is Kagami. Wouldn't that be a damn thing, huh? Kagami ends up being the bad guy. Anyway. Yep, that is going to be it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Next time, we will definitely check out, I think it's Brahmin and... Oh, and then speak with Shoma, hopefully, if he's at his house. Because we need to figure out how the hell he somehow left the Ferris wheel. Like, I hope they don't just skim over that, because that seems important. Anyway, as usual, ladies and gentlemen, I will thank you all for watching. I can't even remember. I don't remember my damn outro. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time for Let's Play the Somnium Files, Nirvana Initiative. Love you all so much, and do not forget to spread that love around. Have a great day, everybody.